I am getting burnt out of Hell's Chicken, literally. So the event was actually very fun in the beginning, but as I continued to play, I realized that this event was just flawed in its game design. What do I mean by that? This event was flawed in the sense that it's pay for convenience versus free to play. It's one of those rare situations that this was not good game design for an event. Don't get me wrong, the event is fun in the sense that it had a lot of great story beats and it introduced new enemies and, a nice little fun storyline, which was great. But the issue was how they went on with it. What they did was the traditional issue of where you have a event that's a little bit rushed, but then they make it so that we have to deal with the aftermath of just a grindy situation where you don't have a good incentive to play this. Let me explain. So for me, where I have 120% bonus for the Bonky plushies, this is me having maxed out everything. So I got the Ego for Sinclair, I got Ryoshu's ID, and I also got the free-to-play Gregor and the free-to-play Don Quixote's Ego. Don Quixote and Gregor you can get for free, which gives you an extra 40% increase to your premium or your event currency, and I get 120%. So that means as a free-to-play player, if you were super unlucky and you didn't get any of the pay-to-win characters, then you're essentially sitting at 33% efficiency compared to me, who was lucky and also spent money on the game, or who was, got the characters that I needed. That just feels really bad usually, since as a free-to-play player, you're not going to be incentivized to play it outside of the rewards. But after you get Don Quixote's Ego and Gregor's ID, there's no real reason to continue to play outside of maybe getting a few more extra pulls and getting the banner, and that's it. There's no more reason after that to play after getting Don Quixote's Ego. You could still do it, but it just feels like such a slog. The issue is that they didn't do what they should have done in the beginning, which was copy the event that succeeded, which was their launch banner. It was the beginner banner when you first started, where you had to consume, I believe, 1,600 or 1,200 stamina. I don't remember. 1,600 Enkaphilan worth of modules, but that was just consumed normally as you're playing the game. You can consume it via mirror dungeons, excavations, all that fun stuff. But they made it so that you could only claim rewards at the end of the week. So if you spent 1,600 or whatever the number was, at the end of the week, or not the end of the week, but during the whole week, you could claim your rewards. If you wanted to claim more rewards, you would have to wait until the start of the next week. So they broke this event down into 2 weeks. This actually was smart of them to do, because what happened was it gated people from grinding hard day one, because after a certain amount of grinding, you're not going to be getting any more rewards. However, it didn't punish people for wanting to grind more, because the people who grinded more consumed more stamina, and that stamina got banked up for next week. So when the next week rolled around and the rewards got released, then you could just claim those rewards. It was a good pacing that allowed the player base to play at their own rate. If people wanted to play a ton, they could, but if people didn't want to play a lot, they also could. But eventually, free-to-play players and also pay-for-convenience players got the chance to get everything, and everyone was happy. So it was like a solid, simple, but good event. However, in this event, it feels more not pay to win, but pay for convenience. In the sense that if you don't have Ryoshu and Sinclair's Ego, you're not going to be getting an extra bonus 80% Bongi plushies, which is a lot. 40% free to play versus 120 to say 80% premium current, or not premium, event currency update. It's aggressive. Even me with 176 Bongi plushies per run, because that's what I get. 176 Bongi plushies is what I get. So if we do the math quickly, we're going to come up with this. I believe you get around 1,000. Let's just say it's on the lower end. Let's just say you get 1,000. Actually, let's be more generous. Let's say you get 1,500 Bongi plushies just from going through the event normally. Because I know you do get some Bongi plushies. So let's just say you only have to get 4,500 Bongi plushies. So 4,500 Bongi plushies divided by my 176 plushies I do get per run, it means that I need to do a total of at least around 26 dungeons to get the full rewards. Now, 26 mere dungeons doesn't sound like a lot because I could just do a dungeon every day. Well, in theory, that's true, but this event was like a really short event. It was probably only like 2 weeks before they actually extended it. That meant that you'd have to play mere dungeons at least twice a day, daily, just to keep up with the Bongi plushies. And that's under the assumption that you're me with 120% event currency at 120% where you get 120% more. If you're free to play and you only get 40% bonus, then that means you have to do 3 times the amount I did. So instead of doing the 26 runs as a pay to for convenience player, you had to go basically maybe 75 times with a free to play player, which feels terrible. No one wants to be doing this 25 times to 70 times just to get all the reward. It's not worth it. I will say, obviously, at 2,200, getting you to the point where you can get Gregor's identity as well as Don Quixote's ego, at that point, as a free-to-play player, you could technically stop already at the point. There really is no reason for you to continue except for the extra rewards. The extra rewards are kind of nice, and by no means of the stretch of imagination are they not worth it. Getting more Deca extractions and pulls or tickets for pulls is always going to be nice. So it's not going to be bad whatsoever. I will say though, however, it does definitely have a divide of where if you don't have your characters in a situation where you can do it, it's going to feel very, very bad since you're just going to play and realize that why am I playing this event if I don't have Sinclair, Don Quixote, Rio, Shu, and Gregor? If I don't have all those characters in, it's just gonna be not that fun. I will say though, the event could have definitely done what they did before with the whole Enkaphilin module, where if you spend 1,200 stamina, then you'll get rewards for it, which I think was smarter technically, but unfortunately they didn't do that, which was very, very sad. I don't know why they didn't do it, but they didn't, which felt terrible. And also these roles suck. I have to give up. So in conclusion, I would say that this event could have been a lot better, but unfortunately it's an event that really burns out the player base just based off of the speed at which you have to complete it. But thank God they extended it. But even then, not only that though, it's just not engaging gameplay. Because honestly, once you beat it once, there is really no more reason to have to go in again and do it again and again and again and again. If this was like a roguelike, I could see some justification where there might be a reason to, play it more, but at this point in time, there doesn't really feel like a good reason to play it again, since I personally don't know why you would want to play again when you could just easily skip. This event would have been so much better if it allowed us the opportunity to say skip 3 times a day or like 4 or 5 times a day, very similar to say Mere Dungeon or the Thread Excavation, because let's just say we could just skip it 3 times and just get the rewards naturally, or say maybe at a 50% reduction to rewards. I think that would have been a lot better. Doing it this way just does not feel good whatsoever. It actually feels like it feels very terrible, since it's not fun. It's not fun for me, and I don't think it was like a lot of fun for other people, since probably most people feel the same way I do, which is, goddamn, why did they do it like this? I don't know why, but it could have been better, that's for sure. However, though, that's just my thoughts and opinions. Obviously, I think the story was very good. The concept behind the event was also very good. It's just the execution was a little bit off base in terms of just the numbers, the experience, and just the overall player experience from free to play. And also your pay for convenience players. As usual, though, let me know what you guys think. I think that there was a lot of potential that was kind of wasted in this event. Don't get me wrong, it's fun for the first 5 runs, but then after that, you just want to get through this, and it becomes a chore. You never want your game to feel like it becomes a chore for you. It should be fun and engaging, but obviously, with that being said though, this still is technically a very, very new game that just, I wouldn't say just came out, but it came out enough that unfortunately there's just not enough content to justify what we have right now, which is honestly a shame. I actually really like the game and the concept, but it's just one of those situations where we're just caught lacking, I would say. But as usual, let me know down in the comment section down below what you guys think. Do you like this event? Do you dislike this event? Are you burnt out? Was this free to play friendly? Was this pay for convenience? Let me know down in the comment section down below. And as usual, I stream on Twitch Monday to Friday, typically in the meeting, but I should be streaming more. And I play other games such as Honkai Star Rail and Marvel Snap for now. As usual, you can catch me on Twitch, and you can make sure you join my Discord because we talk about all things Limbus as well as other gadget games. As usual, John Panio signing out. I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.